The United States of America is the most powerful nation on earth, period.
Now at 6:05, President Obama defends his legacy and for the most part skips the new promises in his final State of the Union address. President Obama travels to Omaha and Baton Rouge one day after touting his presidential achievements and striking an optimistic tone for the future in his State of the Union address.
And while many Democrats characterize the speech as inspirational, some Republicans criticize the speech as being light on the issues. CBS 4's Weijia Zhang is live in Washington, D.C. with reaction. Weijia, good morning.
Good morning, Walter and Lauren, and good morning to everybody. The speech certainly was a look back, but also a huge look forward. He clearly wanted to leave his mark in the race to replace him. He defended his record and urged the public to elect somebody that would continue to build on it. But Republicans quickly fired back, saying the address was full of nice sound bites, but offered little substance.
And that's why I stand here as confident as I have ever been that the state of our union is strong.
In his seventh and final State of the Union address, President Obama aimed to set his legacy and focus on the future.
The future we want. All of us want. Opportunity and security for our families. All that is within our reach.
The president spoke less about policy and more on changing Washington, admitting he failed to bring the parties together.
It's one of the few regrets of my presidency that the rancor and suspicion between the parties has gotten worse instead of better.
President Obama did not mention any GOP presidential candidates by name, but he warned against rhetoric over Islam.
When politicians insult Muslims, whether abroad or our fellow citizens, it's just wrong.
South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley gave the Republican response, echoing the president's calls to calm the anti-Muslim rhetoric.
No one who is willing to work hard, abide by our laws, and love our traditions should ever feel unwelcome in this country.
But the Republican governor did give a critical view of President Obama's record on the economy.
We're feeling a crushing national debt, a health care plan that has made insurance less affordable and doctors less available.
Reaction to the State of the Union from the campaign trail was swift, with Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump taking to Twitter, calling the president's speech here in Washington boring, slow, and lethargic. Texas Senator Ted Cruz, who opted to skip the speech, was in New Hampshire.
It was more of the same. It was, sadly, I think it was less a State of the Union than it was a state of denial.
Today, President Obama will head to Omaha to push the major themes of his address. Well, there were 77 bursts of applause, like you just heard, 30 of them standing ovations, but even those reflected a deeply divided Congress. Only a couple times was the response unanimously positive. Once when the president talked about how strong the U.S. military is, and another when he announced the vice president would lead a new campaign to find a cure for cancer. Live in Washington, Weijia Zhang, CBS 4 This Morning.